New from Onyx Path Publishing. It's stylish. Booyah! Oh, you wait till I get up. I'm gonna give you such a hiding. Oh, smacko! It's mysterious. I say, this button wasn't here yesterday when I looked. What happens if I push it? Oh, Baggerby, the bookcase only went and moved. I wonder what happens if I push a little further. What might I find behind? Oh, my. It's cheeky. Course, sir, did you just see that silhouette we just emerged from? What? Oh, yes, of course. It's deadly. It's risky. Very well rolled, sir, but you need to stop making that gesture. Yes, that one. The locals don't like it. It doesn't mean what you think. It's exotic. It's villainous. Yes, sculptures are villainous. What does this note even say? It's too dark to read it. What if I put it in the bug tank? No, still no luck. It's cloak and dagger. Oh, my lower back now again. Oh, Zappo! This is for selling secrets to the enemy, you bloody bastard! Oh! It's super scientific. Oh no, not the doomsday device. I wish we'd brought clothing more appropriate for this role. At least leave the door open so we can escape. I don't think I will. It's classified. They came from classified. A cinematic espionage game by Onyx Path Publishing, inspired by everything from James Bond and the Avengers to The Man from U.N.C.L.E. Gets Smart and Austin.
I didn't lie. Hey everybody, we're back. We're here. Somewhere. We're live. After mightily descending into the dungeons and slaying a couple of gremlins, we have gone live. Thank you so much for the bits, Ursa. And we are here for They Came from the Cyclops' Cave. My name is Travis Legge. My pronouns are he, him, and they, and I will be the director for this adventure. Let's have everyone go ahead and introduce ourselves, tell us what you're playing. Let's start things off with Alex, since you're up top. Go ahead and please tell us who you are, what you do, your pronouns, who you're playing, and their pronouns, please.
Hi, I'm Alex, he, him, playing Cosmo Star Silver, the chosen wielder of the Luna Blades, also he, him, Elven champion of the people, little people. But yeah, I'm a filthy casual, dad to a dock diving dog, and a personal trainer in training. Here to have a good old time and hopefully slay or be slain by some giant monstery types, or maybe not. We'll see what happens.
Wonderful. I look forward to slaying you and witnessing you slay the giant monstery types. Next up, we have Jared. Please give us all of your pertinent details.
Hello, my name is Jared, and you can find me at The Real Life Jared here on Twitch and on Twitter. So yeah, on that part. But today I'll be playing a sage named Aldrich. Aldrich. He is a high nobility human. Well, I wouldn't say high nobility, but a noble human.
Excellent. And last but most certainly not least, Haley, please give us all of your pertinence.
I'm Haley, also known as Beyblade, she, her, and I'll be playing a scoundrel named Queen, and that's basically all you need to know about her.
Excellent. Like all They Came From games, the Cyclops' Cave does include cinematics, which we have decided we're going to go ahead and select live with the benefit of randomness after having rolled one randomly off camera, which was 5 minutes of preparation. So please, if you would, do you still have your D30 handy? Excellent. Let's see what our second cinematic will be.
Rolling drum roll, please. Oh, geez, I'm not wrong.
What did that come up with?
Oh, mine came up as a 19.
A 19. Excellent. Let's see. It's I'm okay. Survive the unsurvivable.
Nice.
So I'll go ahead and post that in the chat, the group chat. And 5 minutes of preparation. The quick description of that is lets you automatically win rolls even against gods in the right scenarios.
What was that called?
5 minutes of preparation. Give me another D30. I'm excited for this.
Okay.
I got a 19.
We just got 19, didn't we?
Yeah, 19 was the 19 last
Oh,
one.
really? Is that what we got already?
Yeah.
Nice. Weird.
Our dice are in sync.
Got a 3.
Okay, with a 3, that is animal friends. You can gain advantage through helpful wildlife. You have Kodo and Podo, perhaps. And then let's get 2 more. So each of you roll one more time.
Oh. You want to go first or me?
Whichever.
I got a 29.
Excellent. That makes things easy. 29. That will be visual storytelling. You can create magical illusions to aid communication.
Ooh.
I botched.
A 1. Accepting the toll. Take more injuries to protect everyone else.
Oh, I'm so dead.
All right. And if you want to look at just the quick descriptions of those and the cost and rewrites, that is in Appendix 2. So now that we have handled the stuff, thanks, Erdith. I'm a fan of a good Beastmaster reference. So today's tale is going to take place in, rather than the assumed setting of They Came from the Cyclops' Cave, which is sort of a pseudo-historical semi-Greece. This is taking place in the faraway fantasy land of Greco-Romania. And as the 3 of you are the heroes, or 3 of the heroes in the faraway fantasy land of Greco-Romania, like all good fantasy stories, we are going to open this episode at the tavern. So as the camera pans across this tavern, which is filled with all sorts of patrons and employees, both human, inhuman, and even a couple of puppets floating about, the camera will settle upon, let's start things off with Queen. As the camera settles down upon Queen, what do the viewers see?
She might be at the bar, getting drinks from other patrons, and just guzzling them down, flipping a gold coin like a boss.
Excellent, excellent. Perhaps is this sort of relying on like just your general allure to get these drinks, or are you engaging in contests and games with people to get drinks from them?
I mean, just look at me. Yeah.
Excellent. And so as Queen is sort of leaned on the bar with a small gathering of admirers sort of surrounding her, vying for the chance to purchase the next drink, the camera pans over to where our sage is seated, and what do the viewers see?
Aldridge. He's a little bit of a bookworm. He doesn't really like to socialize all that much, but he loves his pursuit of knowledge. So he'd probably be at the bar or at a table somewhere reading a book. What that book is, he has an unusual fascination with mystical beasts of the world.
Okay, excellent. So you're reading fantastic creatures and where they might be located.
Exactly. Yes.
Excellent.
Like a Cyclops.
And the camera pans one last time to reveal the mighty. What do we see?
Cosmo Star Silver is kind of hunched over at his table, nursing the same glass that's at this point warmed past sweating, as he contemplates and broods a bit about the ever-present mystery of his destiny that the High Elf Priestess refuses to share with him at this time. So he's brooding.
Excellent. And doing a fine job of it. When suddenly all of your various activities are interrupted by a distant cry reverberating through the streets outside as you hear, "Help! Help! I'm being chased! Help!" What would you like to do?
I mean, I appreciate the chance for distraction from my thoughts. So I leap to my feet, probably kicking over the stool a bit. I say, "This is for the people," and I go.
Excellent. You come barreling out the door, and our sage.
You're muted.
That I am. I would have gotten up. I wouldn't have gotten up fast, but I probably would have gotten there in my own time. He definitely would have been carrying his books and stuff. So like kind of awkwardly getting up.
Putting things, bookmarking your page, and
Yep, exactly. By the time he gets there, everything's gonna be done.
Excellent. And what is Queen doing at this sound?
Queen would be the last one to get up, but she would be like, who's that? And she would just stumble out and just like kind of slur her way out to the door.
Excellent. As you are the first one out, when you burst out through the door, in the distance down the road, this is a small village, kind of more of a trading post, if anything, right? But looking up the road, you see dust being kicked up, as if something large is moving toward the village. And at the front of that dust, you see a little dot, and it starts getting closer as your companions join you. The queen sort of stumbles into the sage, almost knocking the books out of his hands.
Sorry.
Dang.
What the heck's happening?
Lady, where are you going?
I'm just trying to help.
As the three of you sort of center yourselves in that street, you can now make out what this dot is. And it's a man who looks like he's human, probably in his 70s or 80s. A lengthy white beard is flowing backward over his shoulder, and he is like knees to chest running toward you, screaming, "Help! Help! They're after me!" And at this point, you realize the thing that is kicking up this dust that is chasing him is a small army of stop-motion skeletons. What would you like to do?
Stop motion skeletons. First, I'd like to point out that guy's beard is wizardly.
Excellent.
I would wait for I'd be like, "Well, champion,
I'm already moving
on
there.
there."
I'm already moving toward the bearded man. I say, "To arms!" And then I pull out my two swords.
Excellent. And Queen?
Protect the wizard.
Is it far enough away that I can set up a trap for them?
Absolutely. Absolutely. How would you like to go about doing so? What sort of a trap would you like to set for them?
Some kind of like tripping wire or something.
Wonderful. Yes. So you run out and you start setting up a tripwire. Why don't you go ahead and give me a technology roll? Do you have a trope or
I have a
anything?
trap master.
Excellent. So
Sounds awfully appropriate.
if you go into the archetypes chapter, it should have rules there for what Trapmaster does.
Oh dear. Okay.
Let's see. See whose finding skills are faster.
Not mine.
And that's under the scoundrel, is that correct?
Yeah, your experience breaking into guarded places and forbidden tombs make you an expert at setting or disarming intricate traps. You can spend one scene assembling a booby trap with what items you have on hand. Additionally, you discover yourself in a fiendish trap. You may roll enemies plus or enigmas plus cunning with difficulty. Yeah, so I can set a trap, I guess.
Excellent. Yeah, go ahead and give me go ahead and give me a technology and cunning roll, unless there are skill attribute combination that you'd rather lean on for this.
We got 3 in cunning and 0 in technology. So is that 3 dice?
Yep. And you're looking for 8s or better.
Nothing.
Excellent. So you run over to the stable that's outside of the inn and grab the bridles off of all the horses, tying them together into a lengthy wire that you run across the street. And as you look down, you realize that the person who's running is pretty short. So you go ahead and put it up at like about throat level on the skeletons. So it is an effective tripwire. It is probably not an effective hidden trap necessarily. However, you do realize through sort of the haze of the clearing alcohol buzz that you have that the stop motion skeletons probably aren't that smart. They might actually still run into this thing. As the champion dashes forward, is our sage doing anything from a distance?
Muted.
Computer. Yeah. Yeah. I honestly would like to make some rolls to maybe find out. I do probably have read something on this in terms of these skeletons.
Absolutely, yeah. Go ahead and roll mysticism and cunning.
Mysticism and cutting. This is a skill, right?
Mysticism is a skill, yes.
Okay. I'm not familiar with the...
Yep. Mysticism is skill and cunning is an attribute.
Gotcha.
I will do my level best to tell you the skill and then the attribute when I'm asking for a roll.
Gotcha. So cunning... Oh, wow. I have a lot of cunning. I'm not finding mysticism. I got enigmas and empathy, and then medicine and persuasion.
Hey, go ahead.
Science. It's under science. It's science, right?
It might be marked as science on your sheet, yeah, because you have.
Oh, yep, it is.
Made on
Sorry.
an old sheet. Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
This was before the sheets that went out to backers
We're
were done. I made these pre-gens actually.
Okay.
Continue.
So 8.
Excellent.
Well. So out of that, I got 2 successes.
Wonderful.
1 crit, so 110.
All right, so that counts as 2 successes itself, so that becomes 3 successes.
Yep.
Glorious. You know that these are undead creatures that are typically animated through dark magic, such as necromancy. Only the foulest of spellcasters would send such minions after someone.
Wow. I wonder what this I wonder what this guy did to piss that guy off. Oof.
The old man runs under the trap that's been sprung. The trap knocks his hat off. The first skeleton runs directly into this clothesline and suffers a health level of a point of damage as its bottom jaw is knocked off. Unfortunately, the second skeleton seems to have caught on that something is wrong, and it, with a sort of choppy cutting motion, cuts through the trap, disabling it for the rest of the group. Now, our beloved champion, do you run past the elderly man to the?
Well, yeah. So as I'm passing the elderly man, I will say, "You there, wizard man, get somewhere safe." And I will continue to move past him and charge the first skeleton that makes it through the trap.
Okay, so he comes up to you with lower jaw missing, sort of menacingly lumbering toward you, a shield on one arm, a sword in the other. What would you like to do?
I feel like if I'm gonna do this right, I can't actually use my swords right away. So I'm gonna kick him in the chest into his friend behind him. But like full blown, like I'm not gonna stop running. I'm just going to like kick through him. That's my plan.
So like a spear kick, like you're gonna jump up and like
You know that kick that Captain America throws at Bucky when they're on the street? he puts him into that van. Like that's the one.
All right, excellent. Go ahead and give me a close combat, and we'll say dexterity or might at your leisure, whichever you prefer.
They're the same. Okay. How many of these things are there?
There's 4 of them. They just appeared
okay.
to be creating an awful
They made it
lot
sound like
of-
an army. Okay.
Right, it looked like one.
Okay. Does this work like the other game where 10s count as 2?
Yes.
That's 5.
Excellent. So you kick straight through the first one, like they shatter and fall to pieces. As you kick the second one, and it lands on its back, with you dealing 2 health damage to it. So like its ribs sort of crack as it falls. That one is going to try to shove you off of himself. Failing miserably to do so, while the rest are the other 2 are going to try to strike you with their swords.
Okay.
The first one got 3 successes to hit you, and the second got 4 successes. So go ahead and give me a stamina roll, if you would, please.
Sure. What are my options? There's no options to like defend myself other than just taking it, right?
No, because you have
Because I
engaged in a brawl.
Yeah. So 3 on the first one.
Oh, you
But if
just
I roll-
roll once for the total.
Oh, okay, so 3. Yeah.
All right, so you will take 4 points of damage.
And this is the 1, 2, like with all the boxes, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So just a flesh wound is full, and now you're at 1 point in the next one. And that will bring us back around to Queen, who is now closer as this old man sort of runs up to you and like grabs your shoulders and places you bodily between himself and the skeletons.
Oh, you shan't be doing that. I guess I'll use my oiled abs and like kind of get the reverse on him.
Excellent, you do so. Absolutely. Are you going to try to engage with him in a conversation, or are you going to just move on and engage the...
I'm going to be like, absolutely not, and kind of wiggle my way out of it and put him in the front.
Excellent.
And then I'll whisper, "What is your life worth?"
He says, "Oh, goodness, I haven't even any coin on me."
I'm going to push him.
Excellent. You push him over toward the sage. He bounces off of the sage and says, "Oh, please help me," and tries to put you between him and the skeletons. What would you like to do?
Me?
Yep.
Okay, sorry. I'd actually like to my weapon of choice is the whip. And what I like to do is I like to whip some, but this whip is very special. All right. It has one of the biggest reasons why he likes to do research on creatures is he likes to look up different materials and different like venoms so that way he can combine the whip together to make a venomous whip. Just an example. But this in this scenario, he would take and he would do this like contraption, and he would take the head off and he'd put like this big old, I'd say better or less boulder, and just whips it right at the skeletons.
Excellent. Go ahead and give me a close combat, and I would say it's probably dexterity, but I would allow for might if that's a more advantageous roll for you as you're trying to whack one of these skeletons.
Let me get this straight. You just strapped a hokey punch end to the end of your.
Hey,
Awesome.
yes, but
Awesome. All right.
there's
Actually
also
figured-
another thing too. It's a hokey punch that catches on fire.
Nice.
All right. You said what was it again?
It would be dexterity plus close combat.
Dexterity plus close combat. So dex to close com. Oh, so just 2. Oof. I may have to find a different way of playing this guy. All right. Okay. All I got is 2,
That's all right.
but I got 1 success. I got an 8.
Excellent. You whack one of the skeletons, the one that's already on the ground, but that is sufficient to shatter it into component parts, ending the threat. To remain, what would Cosmo like to do?
Well, they've definitely managed to strike true. So now that the fight has been rendered even, I must dispatch them in short order. So I will wane and wax their proverbial asses with my swords.
Excellent. Are you just drawing your swords, or are you holding them aloft to
I'm not
reveal
burning.
your fabulous secret powers?
I'm not burning that. I'm gonna get once per story. Not yet. So the way weapons work, you get a +1. It's a +1 enhancement, and then I get like another +1 because it's a weapon of gold, right? And then that's it.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. All right.
Because
So-
weapon of old only gives you scale once you use the.
Yeah. Then when you do the dumb stuff, yeah, and I have to hold it aloft and say the magic words and all the other fun stuff.
25 years of my life.
So I have to split. If I want to have both of them, how does this work in this game? I just split my dice pool.
You split your dice pool, yeah. So effectively, what you would do, because you're using the same dice pool for both, is you're just dividing your successes.
Oh, okay, cool. Let's do that.
So it would be might close combat, probably. I would assume.
Yeah.
And the
So-
enhancement only applies the one time, which you can then, add to the normal division.
Sure. So 6 total, so I can go 3 and 3.
All right, yeah. The first one, you cut down that skeleton, no problem, and they sort of shatter. The second one, the skeleton like brings his shield up and like digs his heels in and slides back through the dirt off of it, but is okay. And drops his shield off of his arm and goes to like two-handed wielding his sword and swings around at you.
All right.
Go ahead and give me just a straight stamina.
Stamina. That's stamina.
Yep.
That is 2.
Excellent. The sword comes down at you, and you bring one of your blades directly up in its path, blocking the incoming blow. Queen, it is your action. What would you like to do?
She's gonna like get her eyesight kind of straight and pull out the bow that's on her back and just try to aim for the guy that's struggling. Ugh.
Excellent. That would be aim and generally dexterity, but if there's another attribute you'd like to rely on here, you may do so.
I'll do that. I got a 10. So 2.
Excellent. And
I
does
want
that
to aim for the spine to like snap him in half, get it over with.
and does that bow specify enhancement anywhere?
I don't know. I just have a bow.
Regular bow. Okay.
My
You hit him and you like knock. As you fire the arrow, you see it hit one of the vertebrae of his spine and send it spinning. But it spins like independently of the rest of the spine. And he sort of like jerks funny, like it hurt, but it did not stop him.
I tried.
Nice shot, Queen.
Thanks.
And that brings us to Aldrich. What would you like to do?
You're
We had-
muted.
So, sorry, my mic's really sensitive. So, anyways,
All good.
That's the wizard's
So-
name, actually.
I would actually like to do another knowledge roll because in the human body, I believe there's always that one bone that you have to have in order to stand at all. So, could I do a knowledge roll? And then, if so, I want to just pluck it.
Sure. Let's do medicine and intellect or cunning, whichever you feel is most advantageous.
3, 4, 5. Then you said medicine? So
Yes.
5. Cool. Doop, doop. 1, 2, 3. Oh. I got 2 1s and a 9.
That is a success. So,
It is? Okay.
because but you do need to stop and think for a moment. However, you do come up with, oh, right, if he strikes it directly in the pelvic bone, the entirety will explode. You're pretty sure. So you can shout that to Cosmo, who can then use your success as an enhancement on his next attack.
100%. I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna scream, Cosmo, hit the pelvic bone. It'll explode. Just do it.
You're saying you want me to shatter its pelvis?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm telling you. I'm smart.
The worst.
With my pelvis?
No, the skeleton's pelvis. Who do you think?
Right, of course. Tell me when it's my turn.
It is your turn.
I'm going to grab the skeleton that I bound by the pelvis, and I'm going to hit the other skeleton in the pelvis.
Might and close combat, I guess.
That's the roll I get to make, Travis.
You will have one enhancement from the
From the pelvis.
well, one enhancement from the sage's advice, and yeah, we'll give you another enhancement from the pelvis. Why not?
Sure. So I didn't have to pick up the whole skeleton, right? Did it kind of come apart? Like, was I able to just rip the pelvis out and smash with the other pelvis? Okay. So with Aldrich's successes and plus one enhancement from the pelvis, I got 5.
Excellent. You bring the pelvis up, and like there's like a freeze frame and a flash of light behind you as this skeleton explodes into 206 pieces or so, and rains down around you as you turn on your heel to look at your companions and this man who is now hatless.
I hold the pelvis up like the friggin' Triforce.
He goes up.
He's impressed.
Aldred says, death by pelvis. Very fast and efficient.
The old man says, "Thank you so much for saving me. I was in dire straits. Those terrible creatures were sent to destroy me, or at the very least do me harm."
You know, old man. Here's the thing. You must have had to really upset somebody because those things were summoned by some evil wizard. So you
yes,
do.
I most certainly did upset someone, a very powerful someone. Perhaps you heroes could help me.
What's in it for me, poor person?
Well, I may not have gold, but I can immortalize you. I can immortalize you in poetry. You see, I am a poet. That is why these skeletons were sent after me. They were sent. I have written an epic poem, and it is about the evil that Sir Melwis the Betrayer, called Skullhead by his enemies, plans to visit upon this land. And he doesn't want me to reveal the truths of his plan. Yes, you see.
Will you write me a poem about how amazing I am?
Absolutely, yes. If it will get Skullhead off of my back, I would be happy to.
Oh, it might be worth it. Okay.
Well, Queen, what
It
if his
should be
poem-
very easy. You are quite a comely woman.
I
I mean, he's not wrong, but
Were I 60 years younger?
maybe Skullface wants him gone because his poetry is really bad.
Skullhead!
Skullhead.
And I'll have you know that I studied poetry for 4 years at the University of Vogania.
4 years. Wow. It's a long time.
Yes,
Is
it
any
was
of it like
many
published?
years published. Well, yes, in fact, I had a very popular love poem that was published about 40 years ago.
Give me a rhyme. What can you say about me?
Oh, glorious lady whose name I do not know, I liken thy beauty to a garden, but thou art not a hoe. And he
I love it. It's
Like a
very
garden?
accurate.
Like a garden hoe?
Yeah, that was the play on words, you see. They teach us in poetry school that one might want to use things such as simile and metaphor to paint an image about the effervescence of human experience.
What did he call you?
Not a garden hoe, that's what.
Keep your effer whatevers to yourself. I'm going to hand him the pelvis.
She
Where's
asked for my
Skullface?
effervescence. This is a large pelvis.
So okay, just to get something straight, we are talking about a garden hoe, right?
That's what we need to get straight.
No, it's just going completely over his head.
Yes, darling, a garden hoe.
Okay.
I'll shield your virgin ears.
Okay.
I look very closely at the sage's ears, just kind of like. So where's did you say Skullhead, Skullface, Skullchin?
Skullhead, yes.
I was
He
gonna
is-
get there.
He is in his evil den of necromantic evil on Spine Mountain. And he points and like the camera cuts over and you see like just across this sort of idyllic Greek sort of farmland with rolling hills. Just in the background, you see this horrific, like, giant mountain covered in, like, jutting, like, spires of bone, and there's, like, a black cloud hovering over it, lightning forking the sky by it. You hear in the distance,
How did we not see that when we came here?
What a bummer.
black cloud hovering over it, lightning forking the sky by it. You hear in the distance, I hear echo.
Oh, yeah, there's Echo.
That's great. Epic moment.
Well, Mr. Wizard.
Oh, I apologize. My name is Scheherazade, the storyteller.
So you're not a wizard.
No. What makes you think I'm a wizard?
I look at the sage.
Your beard. It's very wizardly.
Well, thank you. Yes, I've been cultivating it for many a year, mostly on account of being too poor to afford a barber.
Are you sure he doesn't want you gone because your poetry's bad?
I am insulted at the insinuation, though I cannot say for sure if I'm going to be quite honest. I was, in fact, in the employ of his court at one point.
Wait, you used to work for this? You used to work at the evil something of evil?
How do you think I knew the plan?
So you were evil?
No, but
Well, you were on the evil guy's team.
Are you still evil then?
listen, these times are very hard.
Queen, I think this guy's evil. I don't know.
It don't matter to me.
I sit on the porch.
Does he have like some kind of stash that I can?
Oh, he has great treasures. He's been amassing them for years. He is an immortal
treasure.
Student of necromancy.
Amazing.
Wow.
So, are you guys down to save the city from this evil prick?
What time?
I'm gonna be honest, it's a kind of a stretch for me.
What time of day is it?
It's like noon, probably. You know.
I got so
Noon
much
and I'm like plastered.
maybe a drink here and there. I don't know.
The bar's not a library.
He is liable to send his army of the undead down here and rip this entire place apart looking for me. I know all his intimate secrets. In
You
fact,
can't have that happen. Why am I the voice of reason here? I thought you guys were the heroics.
Oh no, I'm definitely going to go over there and smash that building to pieces. I don't know if this guy's evil. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just saying, why don't we just give him the guy and then he'll leave us alone?
I'm not. What?
Well, then what did we smash the pelvises for?
Good point. Okay, well, let's go kill this
Never
guy.
let a good pelvis go to waste. If we're gonna get there before dark, we should probably start traveling.
So
Okay.
you will help.
Oh
Are
yes.
you not listening to Harry Zod?
Scheherazade, the storyteller.
Okay, I'm just gonna call you the storyteller if that's okay.
That's fine.
I'll pat him on the head and be like, I'll help.
You are so amazing. You are truly the most heroic and beautiful flower these eyes have ever laid upon since, hold on one moment. Yes, in many a year, in centuries.
Yes, I know.
Can you make me a bookshelf? If I
You're
do
a
so.
bookshelf. That is the type of wit that a poet learns in their 4 years at poetry school in Vogania.
Okay.
But I can, yes, actually build a bookshelf. I did study carpentry for a time.
You best get started, sir. Let's
Yes,
go.
there's no time to waste.
If we're gonna go adventuring, we have to make sure that we're properly outfitted. We should go see Blanc de Blanc. It's a blacksmith I know.
Ah, you know Blanc de Blanc as well.
Gronk de Blanc.
Oh, I know his cousin, Blanc.
Blanc?
I'll
I
be
heard
in
that
the
they were
bar.
estranged.
They are. Blanc works at the mountain. That causes much estrangement. People have this hang up over good and evil, and meanwhile, all of Greco-Romania is in late stage capitalism, and we really kind of have to take jobs where we can find them.
He's going to drink his sorrows away.
He says, I'll be
I
in the
want that
bar working
bookshelf
on-
by the end.
I will first. I have promised the lady her epic poem, which I will construct post haste. And
Are you
once
not
that is
multitasking?
no, it is very difficult to write a poem while one is banging a hammer. That is another thing we learned in poetry school.
Okay.
It better be good.
I promise you an experience unlike any you have ever encountered in all of your days.
I'll give him a kiss on the cheek.
Oh, he turns like beet red, and then sort of giddily jogs into the pub as the rest of you make your way to the blacksmith. Is that?
Yeah, I feel like you're definitely going
I
to have an
would
influence on the type of poetry he ends up writing.
I would actually
What's
like
that supposed to mean?
I'm just saying he might come back with a limerick for.
Well, that's what I need.
I
For
would
the
actually like to go to another person as well. He's kind of like, I guess, in this world's version of like a snake wrangler to get venom and like animal parts and stuff like that.
okay, excellent.
So
Is that a connection that you have?
yeah,
Excellent. So,
um,
and you're trying to basically get some poisons.
poisons. I'd also like to do some other creative stuff with my whip as well. Depending on obviously the creature, I'm not too, but I would like things to like explode since we're going up against skeletons. So, so like maybe on the end of my whip, whenever it contacts something, it explodes, kind of thing, something reactive.
Okay. Why don't you
Got to be
go
an animal
ahead?
that does that in this world.
We'll have each of you that is activating one of your contacts. You can go ahead and give me a roll of whatever attribute you feel you would like to rely upon. Just let me know what attribute it is, and then that path, that contact rating. So it's +1 path rating. Um, so what attribute would you like to lean on, Cosmo?
Cosmo will be, now that he knows that Gronk has a connection at Spine Mountain, he'll be using his composure.
Okay. Go ahead and roll composure and +1 die. And while the others are accessing paths, does Queen want to do anything with connections at this point, or is she just hanging out and waiting for the adventure to start?
She wants to go along with Cosmo to the blacksmith
Okay.
and get like a really nice bow. And if they
Excellent.
give her flack, she's gonna say, looks can be deceiving. I'm actually a very skilled archery woman.
Hell
So you
yeah.
need to give me a proper bow.
Excellent. And his looks can be deceiving a quip?
It's a connection. I
Oh,
don't know.
okay. Fair enough. Excellent. Those might be your connections might be in the wrong. Your quips might be in the wrong place on your sheet. That's not impossible. Do you have quips
As
listed
looks
under
can be
quips?
deceiving connection.
Oh, okay. Excellent. No, that's great. I love it. Cool. Rock and roll. So let's have you roll say presence or manipulation plus that one die.
The manipulation, yeah.
And how many successes did you or not yeah, presence or manipulation. And how many successes did you get there,
Great.
Cosmo? Excellent. So you walk into the blacksmith and he's standing there at the forge, wearing like full plate armor while he's forging, because of course he is.
I ring the gong out of time with his strikes so as to get his attention.
He sets down his hammer and walks over. Cosmo Star Silver, what brings you to my shop?
Gronk du Blanc, always a pleasure. I will give him a sturdy man hug.
He hugs you tightly in his hairy man beastish arms.
Thank you.
I see you have brought a lovely creature with you, and he kisses your hand.
Queen, charmed.
Likewise. How many
We've
successes
come.
did you get on your roll, Queen?
Is it manipulation and what else?
Just +1 die.
Oh, okay, so 6 dice.
Jesus.
Two successes.
Excellent. You can tell that he's somewhat smitten with you. And you were saying, Cosmo?
Don't be deceived. She's probably deadlier than Alisana the Ranger, but nonetheless, we're heading to Spine Mountain to deal with the evil there.
Yes. Skullhead.
Skullhead. Not to pry or anything, but heard something about Blanc being there.
Yes. Raider. He spits. You hear it sizzle in the forge. He is signed up with Skullhead. He has joined his army of evil to outfit the skeletons with craftwork surpassed only by my own. And does so simply because this man offered him dental. As if that is a reason to pledge oneself to evil. Look at my teeth, they're fine. I don't have dental.
Good genes.
Right. Yes, Queen.
Mr. Blacksmith,
Yes.
since I'm going to save the day and be the ultimate hero within this group, I need my bow refurbished free of charge.
Well, of course. He grabs it and starts like working on it while you're talking.
Excellent.
When he and Queen start working, I will gently excuse myself, and I'm gonna go back out to the street and grab the shield that skeleton had,
Mm-hmm.
and bring it back into the shop with me.
Okay.
And while he's working, I will just kind of toss it down.
Well, by the time you get back in, he's handing the finished bow to Queen.
Of course.
Says, you will find that this is a repeating bow now. So in the event that you are to attack a group of people, you may spend 2 successes to gain the spray stunt and hit everything within a certain range band.
My, aren't you talented?
I am. You should see what
I'm
I can
gonna
do in the
send
other
you
rooms
so
of this
many
house.
customers. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd
I will-
recognize that work anywhere. He grabs the shield from your hands.
So if you're saying that
done.
his work can only be rivaled by yours, is there anything that I should know about what I'll be dealing with in there?
Well-armed minions, I would imagine.
I look at his armor, look down at kind of my tunic, feeling a little soft, sir. If I may be, I'll poke him in the plate mail. I feel like I might need some protection. I got struck twice fighting those skeletons, and normally, well, it's to be expected, but this early.
I don't think you need armor. I
No?
just think you need to believe in yourself. He puts his hand on your shoulder.
I will somberly resign myself to the shoulder grab.
Believe in the force, young one.
He says, I can, however, offer you this. And he gives you a potion of, like a vial of oil. He says, if you rub this upon your exposed musculature, it will cause weapons to bounce off of your very flesh.
Okay, thank you. I will put it in my my pouch, and I will grab him by the shoulder and offer him a firm handshake.
He takes it.
Pray we see you again soon. I'll
You
give
shall.
my regards to your brother.
Excellent. Step upon his face, and it is my cousin.
Ah, understood.
It has been a pleasure, milady. And he bows deeply.
Oh, the pleasure's all mine.
It's repeating. I'm just gonna look around for like an extra quiver of arrows to grab. I don't have a bow, but I feel like she might need some, so I'm just gonna like grab a quiver of arrows and strap it on.
Excellent. You grab a quiver of arrows and strap it on. Now you are. We cut over quickly to Aldrich. Aldrich, who is it you were going to go speak with? The poisoner, correct?
Yep, I'm going to speak to Bernard Hopkins.
Bernard Hopkins is a puppet. Bernard Hopkins is about 3 feet tall, very gaunt, and has sort of patchy, white, stringy hair. One of his eyes is missing, and replaced in that eye is like what appears to be some sort of a mechanical, like multi-lensed device of some sort. And he sort of bops over to the door as you walk in. Oh, Aldrich, it's a pleasure to see you. Please come in. Would you like some tea or perhaps a beer?
Don't mind if I do. I would like some tea with, particularly black tea with at least a ton of sugar. I need to stay up.
Excellent.
We're reading as usual.
Tea, 17 sugars, please. You see one of the robotic creations in the other end of the room start just sort of spilling tea leaves everywhere and pouring sugar kind of just across the entire room, making quite a racket as it does so. So what brings you to my shop today?
I need something. I need something magical. I need something that will explode.
Oh, I have many magic.
I agree. The thing is I need something blunt that will destroy a skeleton. My repertoire doesn't really account for that, unfortunately. You know, my main and my bread and butter will always be venoms, but in this particular case, I need something a little bit more heavy hitting. And Bernard Hopkins, he does have venoms, but he's got like a big old, way I picture it is a big old greenhouse with just a bunch of animals inside of the greenhouse. So like if you've ever seen the Unfortunate Events movie, the mansion with all the animals in it, that's the kind of the way I picture it.
He says, I have just the thing for you. One moment. And he sort of bops around the back of the counter and then bops back around to the front of the counter, carrying a large bag. He hands you a large bag. Inside the large bag are 6 smaller bags. He says, inside each of those bags is the breath weapon gland of a fire drake. It effectively acts as nitroglycerin. I would handle it very carefully.
Oh, this stuff is rare. Where'd you find it?
I breed them upstairs.
Oh, Bernard, you're full of surprises as usual. I didn't even know this about you. How does one get into that kind of thing? I want to start breeding.
Well, it started with a little bit of experimentation in college, and then once I explored myself a little bit and came to terms with who I was as a person, I thought that it would be okay to just start approaching fire drakes. Usually, if you are kind to them, pay them compliments, listen to them when they tell you their problems.
It's that easy?
Yes. If you're a looker like me.
Oh, you look devilishly handsome. Thank you, Bernard.
Right. He slaps you a high five and walks out.
I slap back.
Is there anything else anyone else wants to do in town?
I got money, I got my bow, I'm good.
There's a swirling circle of colors that fills the screen, and then you are all inside of a transport driving your way to Spine Mountain. It is a covered vehicle, just a 3-seater, just big enough for all of you to ride in. It has tracked tires that sort of flip around as you're driving. Who is driving?
Not it.
I'm intoxicated.
I don't know how to drive this preposterous thing.
I think I'm the only one, so I guess I'm driving. Never mind.
Excellent. Go ahead and give me a ride and dexterity roll, please.
Yeah, I have nothing in drive, which I believe is pilot in this, so
I believe it is
I could possibly take the wheel, you know. I got great dexterity.
if I took the wheel, it would be like that song, Jesus Take the Wheel.
That's me. Queen, take the wheel.
I got 2. I will just kind of sit with my jaw set, watching my blind spots.
As you're
Easy
driving
on the
along,
potholes, okay?
as you're driving
He
along,
has treads.
like 4 of these stop motion skeletons drop down as you're going through like a ravine toward the mountain. 4 of these stop motion skeletons drop down and like step out in the way to try to stop you, and you're like, nope, badoom, badoom, and just run them both over. Like both columns of 2, flattening them with your vehicle.
I up to the
Go ahead.
I go up to the driver and I'm like, did you run over a rodent?
They looked human.
Should we go see if they're okay?
The skeletons were human, not like human people.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Never mind.
I think they were. They might have been elves, but I mean, you don't really know at some point.
It's okay.
You're so skinny. Ugh, jealous.
They are skinny.
I kind of like puff my chest out a bit. I'm not that skinny.
I'm sure you look better than them.
Yeah, they're undead. Well, this means they know we're coming.
That is true.
Is there anything else you would like to do on the way there?
Well, I mean, I feel like it would only be natural to find a conveniently placed high point to park the vehicle so that we can briefly discuss our approach before we go in there.
Sure. There's another swirl of color, and you find yourselves on a sort of plateau that's oddly directly across from this mountain. In the last shot that you saw of it had no plateau nearby. And you're looking down on a very clear path that seems to have been like illuminated by the background cell painter as just like a swirling walking path that leads right up to the front door. And it's directly in front of you. What would you...
Oh, they made this way too easy. What do you guys think?
I think
I'm not
the
scaling no
eyes-
mountains for you guys. I'm just gonna go this path.
Are
Wow.
we?
Sorry, go on.
Oh, I just don't. I know we're supposed to come here to stop this guy, but I don't actually know anything about him other than like his door's right there.
Don't worry. He'll let me in.
To be honest with you, I don't even think we like. I don't even like you said. We don't even know this guy. Like he could be a very nice guy,
Well,
and
no,
like the
Ron
poetry
definitely-
guy could poetry guy literally could have been like, "Hey, he did this to me, so I'm gonna talk bad things about him."
Well, I mean, I
True.
can't speak for Scheherazade, but the
Got a very
Gronk was pretty sure that his brother was working for a pretty bad guy.
Well, bad guy, good guy, who wouldn't let me in? I'm just gonna go knock
point.
on the front door.
All right, I guess we're gonna
do what you gotta do.
follow Queen, carrying her arrows.
All right. So you all just walk up to the front door and knock.
I am, yeah.
Excellent.
Queen. I'm gonna be like, Queen's got this.
I mean, if we were
I
gonna
hide
be
in
stealthy, it
plain
would be up
sight,
to her.
baby.
And in human, about 9 feet both ways, lizard man opens the door. He's wearing a bathrobe and says, "We don't want any. There's this. Don't you see the sign?" He points at a no soliciting sign.
We're not here to solicit, honey. We were invited.
Oh, the master
You
doesn't
mu- you
usually
must
have
let
guests
us in.
this early. Yeah, I better. I'll
Yeah.
go wake him up. He's normally not even awake at this hour. Come on in, make yourselves at home. He walks away. You see this like massive foyer filled with. It looks like almost like the inside of this place was carved out of the mountainside itself. Like there's stalactites and stalagmites in here. You see various trophy cases, all of which seem to have different weapons. So there's like swords and pikes, and you see like a slingshot. You see a set of brass knuckles. You see like a lead pipe, and each of them has a like little plate underneath it with writing engraved on it. And then there's behind that there's a giant skull made of rock and 2 stone stairways that go upstairs. The lizard guy goes up one of the stairways.
Now this is an evil lair if I ever did see one. Impressive.
I'm gonna check out some of these plaques. What are these things for? Is this the owner just a collector of sorts?
He's just organized. Wow.
He does seem to be a collector of sorts. You notice that each of these plaques lists a name of the weapon, a realm of origin, and the defender whose dead hand it was retrieved from.
That's not intimidating at all, right, Cosmo?
I put my swords in
You can take them.
I put the other sword in the quiver. I'm sorry, what?
I'm gonna go over to Cosmo and be like, I think someone's overcompensating for something.
Cosmo, you got this. If it comes down to a fight, honey, you got it.
So I'm gonna try to, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna steal the slingshot.
Oh, excellent. Go ahead and give me a larceny, and what attribute would you like to try to
Could I use cunning?
Sure, absolutely.
Because I have 0 in larceny. All right, get my awesome dice roller out.
Is there some kind of bow accessory that I could steal?
I got 1 success.
There's actually just like a bow in there.
I got a 9.
You look around for like a quiet or sneaky means of stealing it. A trigger, a lock, anything along those lines. And you actually find there's none. It's just a glass box that's been set over this. You like lift the glass box up, pull the slingshot out, and put it in your pocket.
To look at him like, okay. And goes about his way.
He's on to something. I'm going to try the same thing with the bow, see what happens.
You lift it up and take the bow, and are able to hide it in your quiver, I guess? Or are you just going to hold it?
I'm just going to have 2 bows,
All
see
right.
what one's better.
I mean, I'm lost in self-doubt at this point. I have no idea what's going on.
You hear a voice echo throughout the chamber as you look up and see a cloaked figure standing atop, like a dead center atop the skull on the platform of the 2nd floor. Yes, how dare you disturb me during my slumber?
What the hell is that?
He talks funny.
Of course I talk funny, you boob. He pulls his hood down, and you see he's just got a skull for a head.
This
I
guy
am
just called me a boob.
Skullhead.
You don't say.
I unintentionally grimace at him because like he's grimacing at me, but he can't stop grimacing at me. But I can't stop grimacing at him really. I'm trying not to, you know.
Which one of you is Cosmo Star Silver?
I'll take a step back.
Yeah, same here. Like at the same time.
Mommy.
I'll look at both of them like,
You got this. You're okay.
you can do this.
You're so
I'm
strong,
Cosmo.
so awesome.
I'm Cosmo Star Silver. I'm Cosmo.
I see. I have traveled across dozens of dimensions, fighting their champions. I knew a day would come when you would visit me here.
I'm here.
Are you prepared
To
to die? He flings his flings his robe off, and you see like he's just like super ripped, muscular. Like...
Ooh.
Well,
Aldridge like literally has like like a number one finger for Cosmos being like, go Cosmos.
well, I don't
Cosmos.
plan to die, so you'll just have to get used to disappointment, and I will draw my swords.
Excellent. Let's go ahead and have you all roll initiative. It will be the lowest of your.
By the way,
What's that?
it's equipped. By the way,
Oh, excellent. Then you have a +1 enhancement. It'll be either lowest of either your dexterity and empathy or cunning and athletics, I believe.
Dexterity and empathy.
Yeah.
I'm lacking in empathy, I gotta say.
Yeah, so whatever is lower of the two.
so I failed.
What was it? Dexterity and empathy.
Yeah, or
I got 0 successes.
okay.
Dex.
Oh, is this like the other one where like your wounds don't really carry over until?
Yeah, right. So like you are, yeah, and also you're all completely healed. You heal every
Yeah.
scene.
All right.
Gotcha. I got 2 successes.
It's a big fat 0 for me, unfortunately.
Excellent. So you have a 1 at 2, 2 at 0.
I got 2 1s. I don't know what that means.
I think you can really botch initiative.
Yeah, no. All right, so he goes on 1. So you have the way that it works is you have slots that are unlocked by your initiative roll. So the player character side has slots at 2 and 1 slot at 2 and 2 slots at 0. The enemy got 1 success, so he has 1 slot at 1. So you may decide who gets to go in each slot. So if you want to give the first action to Cosmo, Cosmo can take the first action, but if you want to move the first action to somebody else, that's fine too. It's your side that has those ticks in the initiative.
Yeah, Cosmo makes more sense to have the first.
I think anybody that has to do any preparation should probably go first, because I'm kind of like, you pop the top and like the hero's out, like there's nothing I have to do really. So I don't know if anybody has anything like they have to do, any stuff.
The only thing that I could see taking some time is my napalm. The biggest reason why I took the slingshot was I was going to sling napalm at this guy.
Wow.
Which I could probably do on my action, or do I need to?
Yeah,
I would love you to do that before we close.
Yeah,
I think that's a great idea.
If you'd like to do that, you can do, if everyone's fine with you using the first initiative slot to do that, you may absolutely do so.
It's up to you. Up to you
Yeah,
guys.
I got traps, but you do you. Boo.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Look at your
it'll be,
face.
aim and whatever attribute you'd like to rely on. Dexterity would be okay. Cunning would be okay.
It'd be cunning. So 5 and what? I mean,
so aim and cunning.
aim and cunning. Oh, geez.
Yep.
So just 5 again. I'm just really smart.
Smart. I'm kind of appreciating that you're like cunning like me. That's crazy.
1 success.
Excellent.
Well, are 8 successes?
8s are successes as well. Yeah, 8, 9, and 10.
Sorry, 2 successes. Forgot that 8s and 9s were successes. My bad.
Excellent. You hit him, and he goes, "Yeah, meddling fool!" As he takes a level of damage. He says, "I shall teach you to interfere in matters that don't concern you." And it sticks his hand out at you as a bolt of black necromantic energy shoots forth from his hand.
Oh no.
Don't stand in the kitchen if you can't take the heat.
I need you to roll integrity plus stamina, if you would, please, Aldrich.
integrity plus stamina. So
Yeah.
I got 2 in stamina, and so 3, so 5.
That's like the best roll ever.
3 successes.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Nice.
And a 9.
Okay. You are blinded. You gain the blinded condition for the duration of the scene.
Oh, that's not good. How am I gonna fling napalm?
Fool! All right, now we're at the 2 zeros. Who's going to? Are you gonna have Queen take the action first?
I think so, because I'm not really sure what this cat can do. So I would like to move to defend and protect my friends here, because one just got shot in the face. So
I know what I can do to help.
yeah, I will I'll take like a step back and assume a defensive posture.
All right, what would you like to do, Queen?
Okay, I like to set a trap of some caltrops right in front of him. So if he steps on them, like in the line of defense here, it's gonna hurt his feet.
So you're gonna drop some caltrops down in front of you all, so that if he closes, he steps.
Yeah,
on
I'm just gonna casually do it too, just like from my pocket, just like spray it like seeds, you know.
Go ahead and give me a larceny, and I would say either like dexterity or like a manipulation or cunning, maybe.
I got 5 in manipulation. I'll do that, and larceny 2, 5, 6,
She's like,
7.
hey, Skullhead, look over here as you're like dropping.
7 dice. I hope this works.
7 dice. It should work.
Well, heck, I haven't been having the most luck. Okay, 2 successes. That's it. It's so hard.
Excellent. You throw down the caltrops, and that will bring us to Cosmo. What would you like to do, Cosmo?
I will say, you're going to pay for what you did to Aldrich. Do your worst, fiend. And I will taunt him.
Excellent. So that is are you using that just as a maneuver, or do you have any sort of a?
I don't have anything. I'm just
Okay.
going to I'm going to appear overconfident.
Go ahead and give me. You can either go off of manipulation, presence, or composure. But I would say that's probably going to be persuasion.
I was going to go with command, because I'm trying
Command
to
is
tell
fine too. Yeah, absolutely.
because I don't have any of the other ones, just so you know.
No, you're fine.
I got one trick, dude. That's hey. That's 2. That's 2. Hey. Come here.
All right.
Not you.
That brings us back to the top of the order. He does look at you and say, "As you wish, champion." Ah. That brings us back to Eldritch. Unless you want to switch order, you can infinitely swap around in your order.
Okay. So does anyone have anything they want to do now other than me? Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw another napalm canister. And
Hope you aim right.
I'm
but-
definitely not charging right now. Go ahead. I got caltrops here. Like, I'm fine.
well, here's the thing, like he's blind, so he's gonna turn the opposite way or the way towards Queen, and he's just gonna throw it, but he's like I said, he's blind, so he doesn't know where he's throwing. So if you stop him, Queen, he's gonna throw.
Yeah, I'm gonna get right up in his business and like kind of like stop him from doing anything. It's like, you can sit this one out, you know.
Wait, what? Am I throwing the wrong way? What's
Yeah,
going
just
on?
don't even just don't.
Here's what you could do, just to make you aware. So you'll have a complication from being blinded, effectively, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if Queen wanted to point him as her action, I would allow that to help overcome. So you would be able to sort of work together.
It's up to you.
Oh, yeah, I can direct his hand because I'm pretty good with aim.
Yeah. Why don't you roll aim and we'll say composure, because this is a bit of an unsettling situation.
I got 3 in aim for you.
Okay. Well, you would roll it, Queen. Aim, composure, and then however many successes you get will act as a enhancement to Eldritch's roll, and then Eldritch will roll with the +2 complication.
Oh, I got 3.
Nice.
That's my biggest roll yet.
Excellent.
Oh, that's awesome.
So you're spinning around blindly, and Queen is like, "I'll help," and points.
Honey, it's over here. Trust.
Oh, okay. And aim and composure.
Yes.
Oh, 2. Good thing you got 3.
That overcomes the complication and gets 3 successes to hit.
Yeah, I got 4 successes.
You hit him, and there's like a blast of flame that knocks him back a step, and he says, "Ah, the accursed power of friendship!"
I'll like hold Eldritch's hand up and then like just give him a high five.
Lovely, lovely. I see the beautiful one meddles as well. I shall have to address it. And he fires a blast of necromantic energy at you, Queen.
Why?
So can I actually move to intercept this time, since I've been like holding everything?
Yeah, if you want to hop in the way, you're absolutely welcome.
Protect me.
I would like to. Well, I haven't made any roll. I would like to try to defend somehow with my magic swords. So I will attempt to defend from his blastoise.
All right,
with my,
so I will let you roll close combat and might.
Okay.
Against his spellcasting roll.
And I will grit my teeth in proper heroic fashion. Say, not again.
All right. What'd you get?
3.
Okay. You gain the paralyzed condition as you catch the blast. He says, "I thought you were made of stronger stuff, Cosmo Star Silver." It's your action. What would you like to do?
Me?
Yes.
Well, so I'm paralyzed. So I will. I'm gonna dig down deep. Is the sun still up though, isn't it? It's not nighttime yet. Or is it nighttime? What time is it?
It's not. Sure, it's night. It doesn't matter.
Yes, of course it matters. The moon's not out during the daytime.
Though it was day earlier, you hear a swelling sound of music building toward a crescendo, and the calming voice of your spiritual guide in your ear, saying, "The moon is with us all times, Cosmo." As clouds roll in, obscuring the sun, and a beam of moonlight shoots out of the sky, hitting you, and you say what?
By the orb of night. And then I'm going to lift the sky dome on his ass. I'm going to walk around the caltrops. Still trying to hold up against his blast, and I'm gonna get right up on him.
Excellent.
How does lift the sky dome work again? Yeah. So whether through divine, whatever. Hold on, lift the.
I will need you, as long as everyone in the group is okay with spending 2 of your rewrites to allow the activation of that. Effectively, you're going to need to activate your weapon of 1 in order to
Yeah, absolutely.
Go at it.
To break the paralyzed condition.
Get it.
Right. So that was on the act. That was on the trope, right?
No, that's on the
Oh,
weapon
no.
1 trope. Yeah,
Okay.
but I'll just have you spend 2 rewrites to do it.
Okay. And it says, yeah, whether through divine blessings or unstoppable willpower, you can pull off feats beyond the realm of mundane possibilities. Ignore any penalty, complication, scale difference, or condition on a single roll and lower its difficulty to 1. If part of a complex action, the following rolls benefit from this trope as well. So when I get to him, is he blasting me from his hands?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna get like nose to missing nose with skull head. I'm gonna say friendship indeed. I don't see a ruler here. I see a coward, and I headbutt him. I headbutt him into the other skull.
Go ahead and roll close combat and might.
That was equipped, by the way.
Excellent. So you'll have 3 enhancement now, plus whatever you get from your
8.
8 successes.
Well, I got 5, so 3 enhancement, right?
Yeah.
So
You headbutt him, and he, like, not only does he fly backward, he's standing above the skull. Like, you walked up to the second floor, like, holding it back with your swords. So you get, like, right up to him, and as you say your quip and headbutt him, he flies backwards and says, "Cassis, I've been foiled!" as he falls off of the platform behind the other skull. And you look down into this pit, and this pit is surrounded by, like, various souls that are, like, crying out in pain, spinning around in sort of this vortex of agony. And he says, "I will be back to get you, Cosmo Star Silver."
And we'll be waiting.
I bet that rattled his bones.
I immediately sheath my swords and go into a Peter Pan belly laugh.
Excellent. Is there anything else that you would like to do while you are at Spine Mountain?
I would like to look for the library, please.
I think it's definitely important that we acquire all of these stolen weapons and give them a place to rest where they'll be respected and not held up as trophies of conquest.
Can I keep the slingshot?
What slingshot?
He pulls out of his pocket this one. I stole it off the wall. Can I keep it?
What slingshot? I just walked.
Okay, so everything but the slingshot. Okay.
And Queen, you were going to say something?
I'm not concerned with any of that. Where's this treasury here? And I'm not giving back this bow. Screw that.
I know you're going to use it well. I said respected. You clearly respect it.
I respect. Okay.
Excellent. So you are going to look for the library and you're going to look for the treasury.
Correct.
What is Cosmo going to do?
Cosmo is going to enlist the aid of one Blanc du Blanc.
Oh,
As
very
now
well.
that his former employer has been cast into a soul pit for at least an episode.
Right.
He can give us I'm going to ask him to help me bring all of these goods to his brother so that they can maintain them and care for them appropriately. And hopefully, the recovery of these items will allow them to recover the vestiges of their relationship.
Okay. Sounds like a solid plan. Why don't each of you go ahead and just give me a enigmas plus whatever attribute you would like to lean upon roll to try to find these things you're looking for. And if there's another skill you'd like to try to substitute, you may pitch it to me and we will discuss how that might work.
Which one's the oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah,
My
one.
best skill is manipulation or cunning or dexterity. Would any of those work?
Cunning. Yeah, cunning is like quick thought.
Okay.
So that would be fine.
I got 4 successes, and I used enigmas and cunning.
Excellent. And how many successes did you get, Queen?
Oh, Queen.
Oh, Let's see. Hang on a second.
Oh, you're fine. Did you
I
roll
got
as well?
one
Cosmo?
success.
I got one.
Okay. All right. So you find Eldritch. You find the library with no problem whatsoever. It is a well-stocked tome with books on magic, technology, science, psionics, all sorts of tomes of wisdom from across the multiverse. You even see rare copies of forbidden tomes such as the Book of the Maggot, the King in Citrine, and the dreaded Notonomicon. What would you like to do with all of these books, Eve?
I'd like to keep them. And I would also like to go through them because he knows of a legend of this world where one became a dragon. And he would like to see if there's any research upon that.
All right, you start looking through for research about ascending to dragonhood, and I will get back to you on that.
Okay.
Is there any of the books that I mentioned that you are specifically not touching?
Oh no, I'm touching them all. I am
Beautiful.
a knowledge fiend. I
Excellent.
want it all.
Excellent.
The Notonomicon.
Even though you don't care.
Wonderful. Queen,
He sees it as an edge, not as something bad.
as you are making your way through the castle, you do find a treasury, a door that's open. You catch the glitter of gold out of the corner of your eye, and you sneak your way over. And this room is filled. There's just piles of gold coins everywhere. Various jewels and crowns and necklaces and bracelets and large gold bricks, and you even see like a glowing box over in the corner that's glowing with like almost rainbow spectral light. That's a complete cube. Lots of just strange stuff.
Wow, I'm definitely taking a crown or two. And stuffing my pockets full of gold as much as I can carry.
All right, you start just stuffing all of your pockets filled with gold. And once you've really sort of just gotten every ounce of rich stuff you can get your hands on, you hear a voice behind you. A woman's voice says, "You would dare raid the coffers of Skullhead?" And as you turn around, you see a woman. She's wearing just like straps of like black leather all over her body, with like a black bodysuit underneath. She has on a headpiece that is like out to here with spikes on it, just like a row of spikes go out. And she has a staff that has what appears to be like some sort of small rodent, like a rat or a ferret or maybe like a squirrel, their head on the staff.
Well, he's defeated, so it is my right. Am I right?
You have defeated Skullhead?
Yes. He's no more. This is mine now.
Does this mean I am free?
Yes, of course. Go free. Well, I go free.
Well,
Yeah,
move over, sister. And she throws the staff down and starts pouring gold in her pockets as well.
Get your life, yeah.
My name
you
is
do you.
My name is Naughty Nancy. I am his vizier.
Oh, pleasure.
Former
I'm
vizier, by the
queen.
way.
As you can see.
Queen, I am in your debt for freeing me. And she starts just filling up a sack full of gold coins.
Absolutely in my debt, yes.
Excellent. We shift focus over to Cosmo. You walk into the forge. You see there's like 100 skeletons working. And you see another large beast-like man sitting on like a stone throne, basically, like shouting commands at the skeletons. Work faster! You don't tire!
Is there a gong in here?
There is. Yeah, of course. It's a blacksmith.
I grab a working skeleton and I grab it like by the ankles and I use it as the gong mallet.
Excellent. You ring the gong and he rises up and locks eyes with you. And if you don't mind, that's where we'll go ahead and take 5 real quick. We're just going to step away for a moment, folks. Take a brief intermission so that we can all stretch and hydrate. I recommend you do the same. We will be back momentarily.
Yay.
Oh.
The latest Onyx Path double feature. They came from the Cyclops' cave, and they came from Classified.
New from Onyx Path Publishing. They came from the Cyclops' cave. Experience fantasy, epic, and magical. Recreate the covers of other beloved role-playing games. But play this one. Use magical effects to disappear. Revel. Gallop and explode! Have you ever turned a tree into a man? Have you ever tied someone to a pillar while barbecuing a hand?
No, please stop. That's vile.
Play as fairies, giants, warriors, and wizards. But don't sleep through the action and the drama. Visit distant lands. Brush tiny people. Chart your own odyssey to faraway kingdoms. Grip your weapons like they've never been gripped before. They came from the Cyclops' cave, a game of cinematic fantasy inspired by all your favorite movies of fantasy cinema. New from Onyx Path Publishing, it's stylish. Ooh-yah! Oh, you wait till I get up, I'm gonna give you such a hiding, oh smacko! It's mysterious. I say, this button wasn't here yesterday when I looked. What happens if I push it? Oh, luckily the bookcase only went and moved. I wonder what happens if I push a little further. What might I find behind? Oh my, it's cheeky. Course, sir, did you just see that silhouette we just emerged from? What? Oh yes, of course. It's deadly. It's risky. Very well rolled, sir, but you need to stop making that gesture. Yes, that one. The locals don't like it. It doesn't mean what you think. It's exotic. It's villainous. Yes, sculptures are villainous. What does this note even say? It's too dark to read it. What if I put it in the bug tank? No, still no luck. It's cloak and dagger. Oh, my lower back, not again. Oh, Zappo! This is for selling secrets to the enemy, you bloody bastard. Oh, it's super scientific.
Oh no, not the doomsday device. These goggles are no help at all. At least leave the door open so we can escape.
I don't think I will. It's classified. They came from classified. They came from Classified, a game of cinematic espionage inspired by all your...
Welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for hanging out. We'll be diving back in. Did you have a question before we dive back in? Did anybody have any questions before we dive back in?
None I can't ask you after.
Oh, right on. Fair enough. So when last we met, mere moments ago, before the message from our sponsors, our hero, Cosmo, had stepped into the blacksmith's room in Spine Mountain. And he rose to his feet and said, "Who dares interrupt the workday?"
Sadly, Mr. DeBlanc, there is no further work to be done, as your employer has been summarily dispatched.
As you know.
I mean, unless that hole goes to your basement.
I do not know.
A bunch of reaching hands, I imagine. If you want to see, it's upstairs, behind the skull.
Oh. Well, that's unfortunate.
I understand you're out of a job and you're out dental, but there is a whole arsenal of things that need to be recovered from this place. And you happen to have a relative nearby who is very apt at, managing and maintaining things, as are you. So I was thinking maybe
My cousin? He spits.
what's with you guys with this expectoration? Look, there's no reason for anymore.
Do you know what he did?
All I heard was that you ran off to sign up with Skullhead.
Yes, because Skullhead has dental.
Right, but Skullhead's gone, which means so's the dental.
That doesn't mean I'm going to go crawling back to my cousin who refused to pay the barber to fix my wisdom tooth.
Well, so what the barber? What I'm saying is I'm not take all the stuff there, right? I'm not saying to give it all to him, but come in on level ground and find some sort of mutual understanding. I'll be happy to help you.
If a great champion of Greco-Romania will stand and negotiate, then I will go and listen to what he has to say. But I had to come out of pocket for that wisdom tooth.
Look,
5 shillings.
There's 2 things I'm good at. Okay. Haggling with merchants is the other one.
Fair enough. All right, boys, coffee break. All the skeletons just drop what they're doing and walk over. There's a little kitchenette. They start making coffee.
Have a cup of Joe.
I don't know if they can come. I don't know. Beyond me.
Oh, so now you great champion, you're gonna just.
You know what? Not even a little bit. Bring them all. Axes, spears, bones, pelvises. Grab it all.
All right, boys, finish up the coffee. Meet me out front.
Good work.
Grab the magic weapons from the cases on your way through. You start. You all sort of reconvene in that main foyer area. Queen has brought a associate with, and Eldritch, you have been able to take copious notes about the subject of your research. But above and beyond that, you were also able to secure several copies of tomes. Now, unless you have a sort of a mystical bag to carry those things in, you're going to be limited to probably about 20 books that you can reasonably find purchase for somewhere in your person.
Okay. Can I always come back?
Oh, well, as far as you know, yeah, you've evicted the evil overlord. So.
Okay.
There's a whole
So when he
flock of
comes out of the
skeletons.
library, you just see him books like this, and he's waddling. All right, I'm ready. I gotta come back for more anyways.
Can a couple of you boneheads help him, please?
Oh, that's a great idea. And then I just plop it
They
right
kind of
on.
look at each other and look at they look at the blacksmith and they look over at Naughty Nancy, and Naughty Nancy says, "Oh, yes. I command you to please obey the glorious hero Cosmo Star Silva for now until the end of time."
I'm not. Queen's the hero. Hero champion. Hero champion.
I just wanted to state I was the one that threw the bomb at him.
How many of my spells would you like me to exhaust today?
What?
All of them.
The woman that's with Queen says, "How many of my spells would you like me to exhaust today?"
Who is this?
I'm Naughty Nancy.
Oh,
This is my friend. She's now free to do whatever she wants.
Yes, I was Skullhead's consort.
should we call you Nancy or just Naughty?
My name is Naughty Nancy. It's hyphenated.
Okay, Naughty Nancy. You're free to do as you please. I'm gonna check out. I'm basically I'm kind of eyeballing the fact that Queen came back portly, but still has abs somehow. And her friend is also probably portly with abs. So I'm just
Just abs.
I'm just did you find everything okay?
Oh yes, plenty. As she like turns and like takes a couple steps towards the door, you hear like the rattling of the coinage.
Great.
We're rattle buddies.
Aldridge's sassy side is going to come out. And he's going to point to the skeletons. Come here, back to the library. We got more books to get. Let's go.
They look over at you, Cosmo.
Yeah, please help, please. He's been waiting for this for a long time. Just listen
No idea.
to him.
They all follow.
What the hell am I
Thank
doing
you.
with the skeleton?
And then you just see him giving orders. I want that book, that book, that book, that book. I want all of it.
And now I'm contemplating the morality of undead. Like, do they know that they're slaves? Oh, this whole thing is way too complex.
I also want you to know Aldridge's house is literally super small. So there's going to be books coming out of everywhere.
Excellent. And so, is there? Oh, I had a bit of a camera issue. I'm fixing it. But while I'm getting that, is there anything else that you want to do? Or are you just heading back into the town after you've collected the books and whatnot?
I want to see how my poem's progressing.
And my
Oh.
bookshelf.
We got to circle back
And
to
now,
It's been a good day.
Excellent. Yeah, so as you go back and look into it, again, there's a flash of color, and then you all arrive back at the inn. The Scheherazade, the storyteller, is out front of the inn when you, Naughty Nancy, the army of skeletons, the blacksmith, and that's everybody, I think, arrive together. And he's standing in front of a bookshelf with a piece of parchment in his hands, and he sort of waves the parchment as you approach and says,
I'll snatch it from him.
"Have you done it? Have you struck down the evil skullhead face? Skullhead?"
Obviously.
he shouldn't be a problem anymore, though he did declare his promise of vengeance and inevitable return. So
Oh,
as
yeah.
long as Spine Mountain stands, we can expect to hear from him again.
They do that from time to time. You look at the poem, and it says, "Roses are red, violets are blue. I can't think of anything that rhymes with blue."
I'm gonna crumple it up and throw it in his face and be
Oh,
like,
goodness!
that was not what I paid for, sir.
Listen, I'm under a great deal of pressure, and I had to build this bookshelf, and it turns out that building bookshelves is far easier than storytelling or poetry.
Well, we
so-
risk our life. I don't care what you have to say.
by the way, we're going to need a bigger bookshelf, by the way. Just saying.
Well, that's wonderful, because I would like to tell you all I have the best news. I have decided to pursue a career change. It turns out that I'm actually quite good with carpentry.
You're a really bad poet.
You
Terrible.
failed on both ends here.
Well, how could I perhaps make it up to you with some whittling? He hands you like a little statue that he's made that is a remarkable likeness of you, that he carved from a wooden dowel.
I mean,
That's a
pretty good.
start. But you promised me a poem. What the heck?
I shall craft you the poetry of worked wood in a arrangement of bric-a-brac dedicated to your heroism and your rather remarkable abs, and you seem to have I
Don't
mean
say
this in
it.
the
Don't say it.
nicest way,
Don't
but
say
you
it.
have gotten
Don't say
thick
it.
while you were on the mountain.
Hey, thickness never hurts. I'm down with the thickness.
No, I'm a fan. You seem to have more back than you had when you went up there.
Well, thank you.
Are you ready to
Make
die
it
now
6
or
feet
later?
tall and in the center of the village.
A
And we'll
statue.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. I will need to go chop down a tree or something. Perhaps I can hire a woodsman.
One of those really old trees that will be missed.
No, of course.
Magical.
No, of course.
Magical.
A magical old tree that won't be missed. I'm sure that won't be hard to find at all. And he sort
Yeah. What I deserve.
wanders off. When this conversation is complete, your blacksmith friend is standing in the street.
So I've been giving it some thought. I think I have an idea.
Okay.
I'm going to gather up the skeletons and I'm going to ask them. So do you all have thoughts, preferences, needs?
They kind of look at each other. And then all sort of go into battle stances.
Okay, you like to fight. Yeah?
They nod.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's useful. That's a useful service to want to do. There are plenty of things that need fighting.
You do know they're mindless idiots, don't you?
Who said that?
Naughty Nancy, of course.
Oh. I don't think that's fair to say. I mean, they're not terribly sharp and they're likely dead, but
There could be your.
Well, they're
undead
very
companion.
dead, I assure you. We would not be able to. That's a prerequisite for necromancy. It's very, very ugly when you try to use it upon the living.
I'm just saying that they're here and they're up and about, and we don't really need slave labor. So
Are you
I was-
sure this is late stage capitalism after all?
I don't
You
know
can call
what
them
that
prisoners if you find it more palatable.
I'm not down with that either. Not even a little bit.
She looks over
Thor,
at Queen and
this
says,
is-
"This whole being good thing is a bit of a challenge."
No, but you have to
Exhausting.
when something is, whether or not this is for the people,
How
dead
about hired
or-
help? That's all you got to do.
You want to give those skeletons a wage?
I'm thinking a union. I'm thinking they should organize, and I'm also going to be using the same justification to argue for my friend here. I'm going to pat DeBlanc on the shoulder.
I like it.
To the blacksmith.
Which to Blanc?
Genius.
Blanc?
Blanc LeBlanc. Blanc DeBlanc. Yes.
Gronk is out in the
Oh,
street,
Gronk
like
is out there.
staring you all down.
Gronk, I'm glad you're here.
What is he
Look what we
doing
brought.
here?
Well, it's a funny
He
story.
spits.
How
That's just
can
like a form of
skeletons
greeting.
spit?
No, so Skullhead is gone, and your cousin recovered dozens of extra dimensional champion artifacts that had been stolen by Skullhead and brought them here to become their caretaker. But he also brought his staff, which he probably won't need. So I was thinking maybe we could expand your practice.
With skeletal labor.
Well, they don't really want to work. They want to fight. You're a blacksmith. So they're kind of like immortal testing dummies. I slap one.
He like stumbles.
I mean, as long as they're, willing. I mean, do you guys have a problem with that? I'll point to the skeletons.
So-
When you point over to the skeletons, by the way. Oh, go ahead, Eldritch. What?
So I'm gonna go up, and I'm gonna tell them, I seen them in battle. They are ready to bear arms.
See?
As you look back at the skeletons, you see that they have like folding chairs that have been like rowed out in the street, and one of them has like a pull down like whiteboard screen, and they're like pointing. There's various symbols that are not at all language that are scrawled on this screen, and they're like pointing, and you see like half of the skeletons like raising their hands like they're counting a vote.
Wait, these things.
So in exchange for, an opportunity to get into the ground level, all they need is dental, because all they have is teeth.
Dental. Do you know how much dental costs?
They might need chiropractors too, but we'll just start with dental.
This one over here was after me for 5 shillings over a wisdom tooth. I said, just lay your head on the forge, I'll take care of it. But no, he wanted to go to the barber and have it pulled out with pliers like some sort of civilized creature.
I'm going to. Where's the arsenal, by the way?
Oh, like it being, the magical weapons.
Yeah.
There's like a group of the skeletons that are holding.
Okay. I'm going to while Gronk is like ranting, I'm going to grab him by the massive shoulders and like rotate him so he can see the spread.
Oh, those are lovely. Yes.
Dental.
You don't have to worry about their dental. And she'll put a few gold coins in his hand.
Dental for
They're
everyone.
very deserving of every benefit.
Dental for everyone.
Yeah.
This one knows.
Look, I turned a new leaf, everyone. Aren't you proud
So
of me?
proud.
Yeah.
You are a good girl. He like pats the side of your face.
You realize her name is Queen, right?
The meat cake.
It's only a
Mhm.
matter of time. It's only-
Excuse me? What shall
I'm
you
just-
say?
I'm looking forward to your rule. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Exactly.
With that, you all hear like this high-pitched squeal, and there is more like a screech as a cardinal flies out of the sky and swoops down in front of you and then transforms into a ghostly elven woman's shape.
Ooh.
I drop to a knee immediately and forget that everyone else is there.
You must bring the magic weapons to Castle Moonbeam.
Post haste.
Turns back into a cardinal and flies off.
All right, the Blancs were moving the whole practice to the castle.
Sure.
There is a swirl of color, and you all see yourself in front of Castle Moonbeam, this giant, massive castle with huge spires all made out of like shining white marble. It is incredibly beautiful on top of a small hill of like dead rocky terrain that's surrounded by nondescript sort of area. In the background, you can sort of see Spine Mountain from here. And the drawbridge opens, and you see the elven woman floating there, wearing robes that are like has like a red stripe down the front of it, and then black arms. Looks kind of like a cardinal, or like the villain from Manos Hands of Fate, one of the two. And and she says, "Welcome in. You brought the magical weapon.
Yeah, and a bunch of skeletons.
Why do you bring the undead to Castle Moonbeam?"
Well, so we were free. They're liberated skeletons.
Oh, that's
Also forming a union. It's a whole thing.
They got
Oh.
dental.
it is
Yeah.
late stage
That nice?
capitalism.
Oh, that's what the proletariat is, right. I get it now. I get that sign.
Yes, it's right under the ACAB sign.
I will gesture for everyone else to go in.
You also,
I'm gonna kind of like hold on to my bow that I stole.
Yeah, I'm also gonna hide the slingshot like in my pants. Not that way, but like
Are you gonna just like shove it down where no one can see it theoretically?
pretty much, yes.
Excellent. And somehow in the scene change, Naughty Nancy disappeared, as if for some reason she did not want to come to this castle.
No, my girlfriend.
You notice she slipped away when no one was looking. Would you like to go and seek her out?
Yeah, I want to see where my girlfriend went.
Excellent. you sort of wander off to go and investigate. I'll be back with you in a moment. The other two of you, the elven woman says, you have the other magical weapons from across the realms.
Well, yeah, we figured they needed to be, kept safe.
Yeah, don't look at me. Skeletons have them, from what I was told.
We can return them to the proper rightful places.
All their owners are dead.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean those realms will not find new heroes.
I mean, no, you're totally right. I'm totally
Exactly.
right.
They'll
Right?
find new heroes.
Right, DeBlanc?
Why do we got to return these?
Well, because the heroes, they need that weapon. That's important.
Champions are kind of chosen. They get chosen, they get a weapon.
You see this sword right here? This means that Eternia is running around without protection.
Oh, we got him.
That's a really flawed.
Wow. All right. Yeah, Eternity's screwed. You don't happen to know of any champions that use a bow or a slingshot, do you? I mean, like those places we don't really need to save them right away.
Yeah, we don't need to save them, right?
I'm the new champion.
Look, the Spine Mountain's here though, so until we're sure that Skullhead's gone, we probably need a little extra. You can bring all these back. All these will go back right away.
All right, I shall note in my logs that those two were yet to be recovered.
Right.
Thank you.
She has the skeletons pile the weapons in the middle of the room, and a beam of light shoots up out of them, and you see various hands sort of reaching in and grabbing the weapon. Give me that. That one's mine. It's mine. Mine's a sword too. Okay, look, they're the same shape.
Hey, don't get handsy over there.
I think I saw an octopus.
I'm on a roll today.
Was that another quip?
Yes.
Nice.
Excellent. Whilst you all are redistributing wealth of the multiverse, Queen, you step away and go outside, and you do find Naughty Nancy. She's sitting on top of like a floating bike that has like a giant squirrel's head, where like attached to the handlebars, just floating there.
Where are you going without me?
You must understand that my relationship with that castle is far too painful for me to discuss.
No, I must know. I freed you after all.
There was a time in my youth when I was the apprentice to the seer who calls that castle home. I had fancied myself a defender of the realm, but then I found a man and fell in love.
Ugh, it's always the worst, isn't it?
It is. And he turned out to be a faceless monster who taught me the arts of necromancy and was quite verbally cruel in the process. And I've lost myself, and I don't feel that I can return to that castle over there.
Well, isn't your pain with that Doom mountain over there and not here? I mean, this is where you were freeing your best self.
I mean, both of them are quite painful, and she looks up towards Spine Mountain, and you hear, "Nancy, where are my weapons?" Says, oh, I have to go. And she takes off towards Spine Mountain.
No.
Would you like to try to physically stop her?
Yeah, I'll like fall to my knees and be like, no.
Roll manipulation and persuasion, please.
Oh dear.
Don't go.
No. Manipulation is 5. Persuasion is 4. That's 9. Watch, I get like a 3. Okay, roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 successes.
She
lots of
stops
successes.
and turns around and says, "You know what? He can go to hell."
Yeah, screw him.
She hops off the bike and runs over and throws her arms around you in an embrace. You must protect me from her, from him, from the evils of Skullhead.
It's you and me, babe.
Right
Got
off
it.
the sunset.
Excellent. Back in
I'll kind of guide her in where the rest of the people are, like my arm over hers, kind of like sheltering her a bit.
Excellent. As you come in, the elven woman floats over and says, "Nancy, you've returned to the light." Says, "For now," and takes off the huge headdress and like falls over and then gets back up. And as she gets back up, you see a like bright red hair was underneath it.
And she's rich.
Oh, that is true. We do have money. And the seer says, "That is good. We could use some redecoration around here, perhaps a maid service."
Yeah,
Agreed.
she's a catch to the good side.
Tell me, are you all prepared to accept your responsibilities as the guardians of Greco-Romania?
As long as I can become a dragon.
Queen's gonna step back a bit, like that's I don't know.
Naughty Nancy takes your hands and says, "It's what I've always been training for. Before I fell in league with this horrible beast, and you'll have the might of my magic to protect you."
Well, and if you are going to be a queen, it might help to like fight for the place you want to rule first. Just saying.
Right.
So what's the salary?
It's more, we're kind of a not-for-profit actually, but we do offer dental though.
I paid for dental for like 5,000 skeletons.
That'll be good for you. You won't have to pay for it for yourself.
Oh, I suppose. You're getting me at a discount here.
Worth more.
Is there anything else that any of you would like to address before we bring this to its conclusion and the end credits roll on the first episode of Guardians of Greco-Romania?
I will simply say, you know what? I'm willing to bet that what you all got out of there was only a fraction of what he was hiding in that castle anyway. So until he's dealt with, we're always going to have to go back.
I'll be going back to that treasury.
Naughty Nancy nods and says, "He already has returned. He called out to me, perhaps to free him from the prison you dropped him in, or perhaps because he's already corporeally back. But either way, we have not seen the last of Skullhead." What?
Bet there isn't.
Oh, go ahead.
I bet there isn't much rattling up there.
Excellent. And with that, what PSA would our champion Cosmo Star Silver like to give at the end of this episode?
Workers' rights are a real problem that affects real people, real lives. So when you have the opportunity, shop at local businesses and thank them for their perpetual service.
I love it.
That was beautiful. Any questions, comments, complaints, or concerns about our one shot of They Came from the Cyclops' Cave?
Queen gets a PSA.
Does Queen
Know
have a
your
PSA
worth,
as well?
okay?
And this is my PSA. And remember, HR is not your friend.
Right?
That's true. Don't report anything. Know your worth.
The credits roll. The censors get a lot of angry letters from parents. And you have all successfully become guardians.
It's because of all those. It's because of all of the like jiggling gold hip shots that.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
And the greased abs.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
Oh, those
just like
greased abs.
Queen belly dancing and credits.
I love it. This was so much fun. Oh my goodness. And yeah, those of you who are watching, you can absolutely have the same level of fun. This is just one example of the type of nonsense that you can get up to with They Came from the Cyclops' Cave, which is now currently on Kickstarter as part of the double feature. It's also offering They Came from Classified, which is the similar vein, but featuring spy movie and espionage type of game experience. Both games, you can back for both games, you can back for one or the other. There have been a few stretch goals unlocked, including the action movie archetypes, which all may or may not be based on a certain Austrian death machine. So I highly recommend picking that up. And I would so much like to thank the people watching both live and on the VOD. I want to thank my players so much for being here. So let's go ahead and go around the table. I want to start. Let's start things off with Alex. I'd like you to tell us who you are, what you do, who you are playing. You know, your pronouns and their pronouns. Anything you'd like to promote. But I also want to know what your favorite moment of this episode was.
Well, so I'm Alex, he, him, playing Cosmo Star Silver, also he, him. I am just a filthy casual old friend of Travis's who keeps getting roped into these amazing sessions. And all in all, I think that, man, it's hard. This is really hard. So I made this character, right, to be super duper tropey. And I didn't expect to get dropped into the universe. Like, it was kind of like I was shoehorning it, and then there was no shoehorn, right? Like, it just kind of, I was like, okay, well, that just happened. Cool. So yeah, that actually threw me. The fact that it was like appropriate, because you'll play tabletop games and you'll play characters that are inspired by other characters in other fiction, but you can never really be true to them because they don't actually belong there. This was like a rare occasion I got to do that. So thank you, Travis, and thank you the rest of you as well, because this has been a really, really, really fun time. As far as my favorite scene, man, I don't, I'm gonna have to think for a second. So you have to come back to me.
Sure, I'll come back to you about your favorite scene. Next up, we have Eldritch, our Eldritch master, our sage. Please tell us who you are, what you do, who you're playing, pronouns, and anything you'd like to promote, as well as your favorite moment of tonight's game.
Okay. Hello, my name is Jared, and today I played Eldritch, he, him. And for me, you can find me at, sorry, I usually have my whole spiel going on. You can find me at The Real Life Jared on Twitch. Usually every Sundays I am on my Twitch channel. Right now we're going and playing through Hollow Knight currently. I just got past the Mantis Lords, and oh my god, those guys are hard. Like, really hard. But other than that, I do most of my playing on VT, which stands for Vorpal Tales. And on Saturdays I am playing Pathfinder Reign of Winter. So if you want to check that out, that's awesome too. And I think that's at 7-8 o'clock. And then after that, my favorite moment, probably when Queen decided to seduce Skeletor.
Oh yeah,
that was great.
Excellent. And last but most certainly not least, Queen, please give us all of your pertinent details, anywhere where we might find you on the internet, and your favorite moment of the evening.
yeah, absolutely. My name's Haley. But you can find me on Instagram as babe_blade666. Mostly do like horror stuff and like VTM stuff. And I have a TikTok too that I have a couple videos that might interest some. But yeah, I like to play TTRPGs and I like to role play. So if you have a table open, I'm ready to play. And yeah, I just really enjoyed this session. And my favorite moment was the power of friendship when I held up Eldridge's hand and because he was blind and he couldn't see me. So I gave him a high five after we slayed the big boss guy.
That was pretty.
That was great.
That was pretty awesome.
That was awesome.
It was pretty top tier. And then before we say our final goodbye, has our champion.
Yeah, I think to credit the storyteller specifically, there are moments when things are being described, and I wouldn't call it like the fourth wall, because it's not the wall between like the thing and the viewer. It's the wall between the scene and like the crew. Like having that wall described in explicit, just and it's just like sprinkled in, where like here's this kind of cut, or here's like the scene backdrop is kind of like this, and it looks like watercolor. Like all of that stuff, it sets the tone. And whether or not every version of these like story path games ends up with that tone, when it gets roped in, like I don't know, it does something really, really special to the tone of the game that is very unique to it. So I think that is my favorite thing about how this was run and how Travis tells these stories.
Well, thank you. The short
His voices are awesome too.
Yeah, I love it.
Thank you. I have been practicing. No, and the short piece of advice I have about that is go to film school if you're gonna run They Came From. But, no, you don't need to go to film school.
And I'm regretting it.
You don't need to go to film school at all. Just get yourself a copy on Kickstarter and some dice and some friends. Have a great time. I am Travis Legge. My pronouns are he, him, and they. I run games here when I'm not running them here. I periodically run them over at Plastic Age Plays. I saw somebody ask about me running a combined Cyclops' Cave classified someday. Perhaps someday I shall. But if you do want to see me delve a little bit into classified, tomorrow over on my channel, Plastic Age Plays, probably about 9:30, 10 o'clock a.m.-ish Eastern, I will be, it'd be 10:30 or 11 Eastern. I will be doing a live character creation for They Came From Classified. I did one last week for They Came From the Cyclops' Cave. It was a lot of fun. And I would love to see you all over there. You can actually watch the Cyclops' Cave character creation I did on the Onyx Path YouTube channel now. And by far, my favorite moment, and this is like a weirdly personal privilege that I'm very, very, very happy to be able to do. That exchange between Skullhead and Cosmo with one of my best friends for the majority of my life reminded me so much of being 6 years old with Castle Grayskull and like holding up the dolls to your friends and being like, Skeletor is gonna shoot a laser beam at you. And it's the best feeling in the world. I think it's kind of the dragon's tail that we chase as role players. And so it was very nice to be able to live that for real. But a very close second was just the joy in everyone's face, and the joy of seeing the audience in chat seem to be really enjoying themselves. And that's what these games are all for, right? We're here to have fun. We're here to have a good time. I thank you all so much for your time, for being here at this table, for sharing this time and this story with me. Thank you, everyone who's watching at home. I'm going to remind you one last time to go over and hit that Kickstarter. There's 13 days left. Lots of cool stretch goals left to unlock. We got on the upcoming stretch goals, we've got guide screens. We've got expanded cinematic powers for the action heroes. So lots of cool stuff. If you've already backed it, thank you. Tell your friends. Talk about it on social media. Share the links to these actual plays. Help get the word out so we can get this game in front of as many people as possible, because it really is a wonderful, wonderful time. in case you haven't yet done so, if you haven't, you go ahead and get your shots if you can. Make sure you wash your hands, wear your masks, take care of yourselves and each other. We'll see you again real soon. Bye.
Thank you.